Hey, Daniel. How are you? We're going to get started at about 11:45.
What's a vaccine coming along? Because there's no way.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Daniel?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Welcome to Spark Youth. How did you hear about this?
Oh, my dad told me about it, so I decided to check it out.
Wait, who's your dad?
Simon C. Bailey.
That's your papa. I've never met you before.
That's
Very nice to meet you.
too.
You also need to help him on his tech and everything. Is that why he asked you? But I'm just kidding.
Well, no, he just wanted me. No, he just wanted me to learn, learn from some of the people who pursue their goals and all that stuff, and I find it really interesting.
Yep, we have some good speakers lined up for this one. Well, thanks for hopping on.
My pleasure.
Morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Figuring out the last minute fun things here.
The details. I actually forgot to grab my water. I'm gonna go grab that really quick and then I'll be back.
Okay. Daniel, it's hard to believe I've known you or known your dad since you were like 6 years old.
Really?
Yeah, he and I have worked together we're in year 15 now. So
I'm actually 20. I'm 21.
yeah, I know. So 15, 6. Yeah, you would have been 6 when I first started working with your dad. I remember you as a little squirt sitting in the back seat of his car when he pulled into my driveway.
All right.
Hey, DMT, how are you, big guy?
I'm doing good, Dad.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good. All right. Can you guys see me yet for some reason?
Can barely hear you, Simon. Can't see you.
You can't see me. All right, I got it.
I mean, you have to click the try to click
my
the
video.
camera. Yeah.
Yes, there it is. All right, I gotta change my virtual background. Hey, Daniel, where's Maddie?
She's doing chores
Okay.
downstairs. I thought she got the message. Oh, do you want me to get her?
Yeah, can you tell her about 12 noon?
All right.
Okay.
All right, I'm trying to see if we can do YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
Okay. Let's see there.
No, you can only do one, Simon.
Can only do one. All right, that's fine. Hey, can I just put up a virtual background Karen created. Is it right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I had to make sure my hello, Abby. Welcome. I see your photo. See Miss Karen.
Hello. Oh, look at that background, sir.
Hey, Karen, this is my son, Daniel. Daniel, say
We
hi to
met.
Miss Karen. Oh, you already met.
Yeah,
Okay.
we met.
I jumped right in there and I was like, what are you doing here? How'd you hear about it?
And I told you that Simon is my dad.
Yep, exactly.
Where's your sister?
She told me that she'll get right to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
You play the drums, Daniel? Do I see drums in the background?
Yes.
I have a little one who's 9 and he is begging to bang on some drums. I'm like, I don't know about that. My sanity might go out the window.
Daniel's been playing. How long you been playing, big guy?
All my life, Dad.
Yeah.
I mean, I was the head drummer of my praise band back at my high school.
Yeah, Daniel used to play the praise band at Foundation.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah,
That
he's
is awesome.
big man on campus. Let's see, Yolanda and Howie. Is that how you say that, Karen? Howie?
That's
Huey?
phone. That's a phone.
Oh, that's a phone. Okay. All right. There's Nigel.
I have to move to gallery so I can start seeing folks. There we go.
Cool. Yeah, so I got the one lady, Melissa, sent you, said that she said she would try it again, and I think it worked for her to be able to get in.
Yeah, Missy sent me a message last night. A couple of her friends had signed up but not gotten a link. So I'm not sure if they're going to spam or what.
Yeah. Okay.
I did get the link, so I know that it's being sent out. I actually just registered a few minutes ago because I thought that I'd registered, and when I went looking for the link in my inbox, I didn't see it. So I re-registered, and it came right through. It's at the top of my inbox. Great. Hey, Nigel, can you turn your video on just so we can see you and just say hi? Perfect. Thank you, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
Great.
Hi, Nigel. How are you? Good. So happy to have you here with us today.
Likewise.
So Nigel, Miss Karen is going to be introducing you. She's the MC and person running the show today, and then Melissa is the person that you have been emailing. So that's Melissa, and then Daniel is my son. And so Daniel, say hello to Nigel.
Hello, Nigel.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
What grade are you in, Nigel?
Soon to be 12th.
Oh, soon to be 12. Okay, awesome.
Rising seniors in the house.
Yeah.
And where do you live, Nigel?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. You're in South Florida. Cool.
Awesome. There is Miss Alexa.
That is such a beautiful headshot.
Hey, Brennis, how are you? I see his photo. Hi, Alexa.
Hello.
Hey, Alexa.
Hey.
Alexa, that's my son, Daniel.
Nice to meet you.
And
Yes,
then, hey, Brennis, how are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
Great. Karen, meet Brennis.
Hi,
Very
Karen.
nice to meet you, Brennis. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Ooh, that jacket.
Thank you.
I'm loving it.
Thank you.
Hey, Brennis.
Hey,
That's my son, Daniel Brunnis.
Hi, Daniel. Nice to meet you.
That's me, Rennis.
Brunnis, how old are you?
17.
17. So
Yes,
high
sir.
school senior?
Yes.
Okay.
Right here
Awesome.
as well.
Awesome. Nice.
I remember that summer right before senior year where I was like feeling my chest puffed out, like, okay, now I've, gotten to the top of the class.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And Karen, is it pouring cats and dogs where you are? Because it's
I
like,
was going to ask you, it was
is
earlier, but right now the sun
pouring.
is shining. Florida is
Oh.
so bipolar.
It is. So like literally at the second, it is like a monsoon storm outside my window.
It must have just passed here and it's
Okay,
over in
it's
your
over here.
neighborhood.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Mhm. How about down in South Florida? Nigel, Brennis, how's it look down there?
It is crazy.
It's a
Really
big
is.
cloudy over here, but no rain as of yet.
It's raining like crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. You can be standing on one side of the street and the other side it's actually raining. That has happened to
Right.
me before.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And I definitely try to not complain. My family is all up in the Northeast, so like Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., New York. Whenever they get rain, it's for like days. They're like, we have 3 days of no sunshine. I could not live like that.
Wow. That's incredible. Yep, we've got
God
Miss
bless.
Yolanda on with us. And all right, so we're going to start in a little bit here. Who else is on? Let's see.
Who is Miss Yolanda? Miss Yolanda, a friend? Can you hear us, Yolanda? Might be on a phone as well.
Yeah, and then who's the person with Huawei Wi-Fi Lite? I'm curious to see who that is. There's Austin.
all right.
Alexa, how are you feeling today? See, the sun is shining in North Carolina.
No, it's actually all raining here too. I mean, not too bad. I know.
Oh,
You've got your ring light. She's got the ring light on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's still a little sunny, but there's a window only on this side. But yeah, North Carolina is similar where like it will rain one day, be beautiful the next couple, rain random.
yeah.
Perfect. Well, as people,
Hi, Austin.
Hey, Austin, how are you? And
How's it going? Good morning.
Yeah, Austin.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Austin, that's my son, Daniel.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too,
Yeah.
man.
And there's Miss Carla Thompson coming on, and Miss Yolanda.
Hi, this is Carla.
Hey, Carla, how are you?
I'm great. I work with Mr. Franklin.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, awesome, awesome.
Yes.
Derek, how's he doing? Oh, I just connected. Sorry, Carla.
What is he talking about?
I know. I was like, you work with Mr. Franklin.
Yeah.
It totally threw me off because I'm like, okay, awesome, Franklin, but your name is Carla Thompson. Okay, got it. It took me a minute. I was awake, Carla. I really was awake. I had to connect that dot. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm great. So excited and so grateful to have the opportunity that you have given us.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
Ever since Speaker Business School, Karen and Melissa and the team, we were like, okay, if we do another summit, we got to figure out how we can get Austin into the mix.
Oh,
So
that's
we were
super.
happy that
What an
he said
honor
yes
that
and he was available. And then we begged Alexa, please, please. Yeah, and yeah, so
Well,
it all
you did
worked
the
out.
right thing.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, yeah.
So in the
Yeah.
midst of everything kind of like changing and being uncertain, I would love to hear one thing that everybody is just grateful for. Just anything that has felt like a constant good vibe in your life, or maybe it's just today. And feel free to share on the video or in the chat, whatever you're most comfortable with. But what is something that you are grateful for in the midst of all this crazy?
Well, I'm grateful to have learned Zoom.
Okay, that's good.
It's been good. It's a great experience, and to have the ability to have the virtual experience worldwide. I love it.
Yeah, for me, really the dynamic that sticks out, or it stands out the most to me is just family and friends, just being more appreciative for them. I know sometimes, obviously all of us who get in the hustle and bustle of life, but it really allowed us time to reflect and think about those significant to us. So that's the biggest for me.
I'm grateful for nature, because it's been amazing to just like live in a place where you're surrounded by so much beauty and you could actually like take time to enjoy it and realize how needed it is during this time.
Nice.
I'm grateful for being able to have communication with people, even though it's not physical. We're allowed to use these different outlets to communicate and still create a community of unity.
I was thinking about that, Brennan. It's funny how like we talk about a lot of, or they compare this to the 1918 Spanish flu. And I was like, I was not meant to be alive during that time, because feeling totally isolated in the same circumstances without technology, being able to check on my family and talk to my friends would have been very hard for me.
I'm grateful that I get to be inside.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. For me, I'm grateful for, the gifts that God has, bestowed upon my life, because all of us, we have a gift, and whatever gifts, that God has given us, we got to use that. That we're using that to help, helping others and to, to glorify God, to honor Him for everything that He's done for us. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for.
Well said.
Yes.
Powerful.
This is a good time to just let you guys know that I'm a crier, and Daniel already got a tear welling up in my eye right now. So true. Isn't that true though? Melissa, tell me if I'm wrong. Every single time we hop on one of these, somebody says something that gets right to my heart. I'm an empath. I start crying, so I need to get my tissues before we get started.
Well, I don't want to make you cry, Karen, but I'll just say this. This is Yolanda, but I'm grateful for my father. He'll be 85 on June 5th. I'm sorry, on June 7th. And it's a blessing that through this whole pandemic, God has blessed him and protected him and kept him. And he has poured out so much wisdom to all of his friends. And so many of his friends have passed on, but God has kept him, and God has kept, he's an elder in the church, and our former pastor, God has kept him as well in Michigan. And there have been so many pastors in Michigan that have passed on, but God has kept my father, God has kept my former pastor, God has kept his circle of friends, and he needed that. God has kept my aunt and my uncle. He had shingles, but God kept them through it all. And there's a song that through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. And we have just learned to just continue to trust in God. And that's what we've had to trust in. And I thank God for that, because he's the only one that we have constantly pulled on day by day, because we have pulled on him through it all. And we've just taken one day at a time. And I thank you for that.
So true. So true. Thank you for sharing that, Yolanda. Appreciate that.
Hey guys, we're actually getting ready to get started in just a couple of minutes. In about 2 minutes, we're going to get started, at which time I'm going to mute everybody. So really quick, I mean, a lot of folks have joined in since we first started. Hop over to the chat. Let us know where you are joining us from. What city, what state? I mean, gosh, we're on Spark Hope. So what country? We always have people from all over the world. So hop over to the chat.
Sure.
Let us know where you are joining us from. And also, because we're going to get started in 2 minutes, if you need to grab any last minute snacks or water or power drink, I don't know, smoothies, obviously I don't drink those, so I can't even reference them. Whatever you need to have the energy, then please go ahead, feel free to do that. Need a last minute bathroom break. We have about 2 minutes before we get started.
Awesome.
Hi Angie, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Hey Angie, how are you?
Hello, Angie.
See, Dr. Lucy Todd is on with us again. So good to see your beautiful face as always.
And Miss Renee McKinney.
Hello, good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Hey, Robert, see you on here, sir. Good to see your smiling face.
How you doing today?
Good, 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 good.
Yes.
Awesome.
Guys, we do have a lot to be grateful for. So thank you so much for everybody sharing that. It's so good. You know, Simon, you already know, I love everything mindset. I'm always thinking in the mindset. And I feel like when we have these clouds, right now we're in Florida and we have a little bit of gloom. On the other side of those clouds is always sunshine, right? If we were to take a plane right up through the cloud, on the other side of that is going to be that sun. So thank you for bringing that sunlight into our lives today. Simon, any last minute things before we start to hop in?
I would just like to say thank all of you for making room in your schedule to come and join us today. We wanted to do this youth summit to just say thank you to young people and those young at heart. And we have curated some amazing voices today that you are going to hear that I believe will inspire us, uplift us. And this is our third Spark Hope Now virtual summit. The first one was almost a month ago. Then we honored mothers a few weeks ago. And today we get to honor all of you. So thank you. Really, really excited. And I'm so happy to have Karen and Melissa here because this would not be possible. I could have it in my head all day long, but if you don't have a team that comes together to make this possible, and to Jennifer and Sarah, our social media team, this would not happen. So let me just say thank you, muchas gracias, dankeschön, for just saying yes. And to all of you, this is going to be so exciting. So Karen, I'm going to get out of the way so you can run the show and take us on.
All right, great. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody at this time. And please feel free to leave your videos on. We love to see your beautiful faces. And just want to give you a little side note. Right now, if you are on gallery view, which I am, because like I said, I love to see your faces. That's fine for right now, but you may want to give each speaker your undivided attention. And to do that, if you go to the top right-hand corner of Zoom, you're going to see where you have an option to click speaker view. Once you click on that, then the person who's speaking will have your undivided attention. And that's really the best way to enjoy this experience. So again, thank you so much for joining us today for our Spark Hope Youth Summit. We are very excited. We have 3 amazing speakers who are going to bring such a brilliant message to you. And we also have 3 spoken word artists. Guys, I don't know about you, but anytime I hear a spoken word artist, I'm like drooling. I'm just like, this is so amazing. How can your words pierce my heart, stimulate my mind, and just open up my eyes to a whole new world? So I love hearing from spoken word artists, and very grateful for the 3 individuals who are going to bless us with an amazing message in between our speakers. So you guys are getting a lot in these next 45 minutes. I hope you're ready. Go ahead, buckle up, get ready. It's going to be a good ride. So
we are going to hop right in, and we're going to start off with our first speaker. Our first speaker is Alexa Carlin. From a 1% chance to live, and now on a mission to make a difference and empower people to take action on their biggest dreams, Alexa is here to give you a message that is surely going to help you achieve that. Alexa, I am turning it over to you.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here right now. But before I begin, I want to quickly preface this talk by saying that throughout the entire time, I'm going to be speaking many different languages. But don't worry, you'll be able to understand me the entire time. Because throughout our journey, we all speak many different languages. The language of fear, self-doubt, confidence. And it is through this journey that our experiences shape the language that we're speaking to the world and how we're showing up in the world. And so when we go through these different experiences, we can realize, especially with what we're experiencing right now, how one thing can completely change the way that we show up in the world. I mean, we've seen how quickly something like this can change our entire life and change how we feel about the future. And so if we think about how one thing can set off a ripple effect of negative feelings, of negative self-talk, of, feeling hopeless about what's to come and in fear, wouldn't it make sense that one thing can also do the opposite? That one thing can change our life for the better instantly? And so I started to really get so passionate about this possibility of how one person, one action step, one decision can completely change your entire life and how you speak to the world. But how do we discover this possibility of one? Well, you try and you keep trying. I mean, that is the key to success. You must keep going regardless of circumstance, regardless of challenges. And so with that, I understand that it can be hard at times. It could be extremely challenging. When I was 21 years old, my life was completely changed. Out of nowhere, a bacteria got into my bloodstream, started killing all of my organs, and I was induced into a medical coma, given a 1% chance of living. And 6 months after that, I was actually diagnosed with a chronic autoimmune disease. And this has been the most challenging thing I've ever had to deal with because it's with me forever. There's no cure for it. And this was so difficult because as Karen mentioned in my bio, I've been an entrepreneur working to make a difference since I'm 17 years old. And now at 21, I just felt like everything was taken from me, because we all know that if you don't have your health, how can you keep going? And so when people kept on saying, just have hope, I didn't have any hope. So how can I keep going? And at that young of an age, I was like, I cannot live another day like this, with feeling so hopeless of what's to come. And so I thought about this, and I learned so many different crazy impactful lessons throughout this journey. But one thing that has changed my life, my career, is about focusing on the things you do have control over. We don't have control over a lot of circumstances, but we have to shift our energy to focus on the things we do have control over. And so with that, instead of trying to find that hope, I exchanged it with curiosity. So curious to what may happen if I don't give up. And so that's what I really want for all of you, to feel so optimistic about the future because of that curiosity of what may happen, that unknown potential that we all have. So many people settle for less than they're fully capable of. And I understand it could be scary, but fear is inevitable. But listening to that fear is a choice. And it is up to you to choose how you want to live, how you want to show up, what language you're speaking to the world day in and day out. And understand that we all have fears. Just some people feed them more than others. And you can achieve everything you want with that fear and perceive that fear as fuel to know that you care about what you're doing. And that's what's going to help you make that bigger impact in your own life, in your community, and in the world. So no matter, along this journey, as you fail, as you encounter challenges, as you encounter circumstances that are just completely out of your control, be so curious to what may happen if you make one more phone call, you send one more email, you try one more business idea, whatever that may be, because I truly believe, I've seen it in my own life. I was given a 1% chance to live, and here I am today. And so it only takes one person, one action step, one decision to completely transform your entire life. Your dreams deserve your attention. And there's so much ahead in your future. I am so excited. And remember that this is just the beginning. Thank you.
Oh, Alexa, thank you. I hope you're on gallery and you can see everybody clapping. Oh, I love that message and appreciate it so much, right? One moment can change your life, one decision, one thought. And we sometimes lose sight of that in the midst of all the things that are consuming us, whether it's bad news, whether it's a bad break, whether it's frustration. It's so easy to get lost in that. But even if you just focus on one good thought in that moment, it can help you to press through. Thank you so much for being that voice of inspiration. All right, so we have our first spoken word artist coming up for you. Nigel Lewis is a rising senior in high school. He's a dreamer, luminary of the stars, and a young man aspiring to be an aerospace engineer. Woo! Okay, Nigel. We are so happy to have you here. Nigel, thank you for joining us, and you can go ahead and take yourself off of mute.
Right, it's my pleasure. Wait, it's been days, years. Life is passing you by, and it's actually the weight that's preventing you from your uplifting to the sky. There's so much on your plate that it's impossible to ignore, yet unknowingly, it's those things that help you grow. The sky's the limit, that's what they all say. If that were literally true, it'd bring me dismay. I know what they mean because of the vibrant blue in the clouds, which is the expedition of life, and it attracts crowds. Our minds are our greatest trader, as those blues become grays, from vibrant to spiritless, as curiosity loses many rays. Not just the color of the sky, but also the clouds, from hope to despair, as darkness envelops and those thoughts are loud. Within you'll find both joy and chaos, peace and love to hate and noise. Body and mind are connected, impulse desires to voids admire. Ultimately, your mind is in control of what you see. So keep moving forward in glee with hope, as there is no cure for hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. Your mind, read that one more time, that line for me at the end, Nigel. Your mind
is in control of what you see. So keep moving forward in glee with hope, as there is no cure for hope.
Your mind is in control of what you see. That's tweetable, shareable. I hope somebody is sharing that. And don't forget to use SparkHopeNow, #SparkHopeNow when any of these speakers share something that resonates deeply with you. Thank you, Nigel. That resonated very deeply with me.
So good, Nigel. Thank you so much. And thank you, Alexa. We are excited to let you know that we have partnered with the U.S. Dream Academy to be the nonprofit charity that we support. One of the visions that we have with every virtual summit is that we don't only say spark hope, but we give back and do something tangible. So you remember the first virtual summit, it was the World Central Kitchen, which is feeding people who have food insecurity. The food banks have been overrun. During the Mother's Day, we honored Mary Body, and today we're doing U.S. Dream Academy, whose vision is A child with a dream is a child with a future. What we really love about the U.S. Dream Academy is they work with kids whose parents have been incarcerated. Their goal is to provide character building training for them. So not only do they finish middle school and finish high school, but they go on to college and finish and become a productive citizen here in the United States. And we're going to put in the chat a link, and Melissa's already put the link. If you want to donate to the U.S. Dream Academy, they're doing incredible work. Disclaimer, I am on their national board and have been on their national board for about the last 3 to 4 years. I learned something every time I interact with the organization. They've been around for 20 years and just a fabulous organization that was started by Dr. Wintley Phipps, and who was the mentor of Oprah Winfrey. And Oprah has donated and given to the organization many, many times. So U.S. Dream Academy, a child with dreams, a child with a future. So just wanted to share that with you. And Karen, back to you.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Simon. If you guys had the chance, which everybody should have, when you get to the registration page on SparkHopeNow, we did include a little more information about the U.S. Dream Academy right below that. So if you want to go back and reference it, then you can learn more about that organization. And there's certainly an opportunity for you to watch a video, but also head over to their website if you would like to be even more engaged. So Simon, as always, thank you so much for that philanthropic arm of Spark Hope, and for allowing us to be a part of that with you.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So moving on to our second speaker of the event, Austin Franklin. Austin is a speaker, author, youth influencer, and the CEO and co-founder of Good Natured Life. His mission is to uplift and empower youth to spread kindness and make a difference in the world. Austin, thank you so much for joining us. Please feel free to take yourself off of mute.
Thank you, Karen, for those kind and wonderful words of introduction. And good afternoon. First and foremost, I want to extend my gratitude to Simon Bailey for this awesome opportunity. Also, I want to make sure everyone who is tuned in, I hope everyone is safe, healthy, and well, you and your families. And I also want to extend congratulations to all seniors, high school seniors, college seniors who are tuned in. We are so excited and happy for you on completing a tremendous milestone. Believe it or not, about 8 years ago, I was in high school, and about 5 years ago, I was in college, around many of you all same age. And it was definitely an exciting time of my life. And I can remember people vividly giving me advice. But the advice I would often hear would be redundant and somewhat cliche. Well, today I want to share words that are unconventional. I want to share words of wisdom that will be beneficial for you, that are not only beneficial today, but from this day forward. I want to leave you with an ideal that can be the hallmark of your life. In my heart, I firmly believe that each one of you have the potential to be even greater than you are now. Whether that means finding a cure for an incurable disease, revamping aspects of legislation for the greater good, leading your subsequent generation in a way to assist them in maximizing their potential, creating an innovation that transforms the world, and even being the centerpiece in diminishing the rate of food insecurity. I truly believe this because each of us are destined to do something positive to make a difference. However, in life, nothing is guaranteed. So we must be intentional on our quest in order to ensure we reach our potential, our internal greatness. So I'm going to share 2 principles with you that will equip you in this effort. Principle 1, your differences are your gift and not your crutch. One more time. Your differences are your gift and not your crutch. In high school and college, society in general, you'll find that many people will try to conform to a certain standard or paradigm in order to try to fit in. As you maneuver throughout your journeys, I challenge you, don't try to fit in when you're born to stand out. This starts by tapping into your hidden credentials. I define hidden credentials as the qualities that we innately, naturally possess and develop that bridge the gap between our weaknesses and our strengths. Every one of you on this summit has hidden credentials, every one of you. Your hidden credential could be the ability to lead, to make someone laugh, to be a genuinely great friend, to be gregarious. People are fond of your company. They love your personality, your mental dexterity, your ability to think and be creative. You're artistic. You're a great listener. All of these are hidden credentials, but it's up to us to identify and tap into them, because once we do, our lives will start to elevate. When I was young, one of my hidden credentials that was innate or natural for me was me being good-natured. And I saw the benefit of this once I got to college. I saw how it positively impacted my friends, my family, my relationships, and how inculcating that lifestyle benefited those around me and myself. So much so that gave me the impetus to birth a company called Good Natured Life. So always be authentically you, because when you are, good things happen. The people and friends who are meant to be in your life will gravitate towards you. The success you're looking for will eventually happen, and the opportunities you want will often occur because you're being a real you and not a fake someone else. Principle 2, your mindset can be your greatest asset or your biggest liability. One more time, your mindset can be your greatest asset or your biggest liability. Our words, our thoughts have power. The way in which we put our series of words together internally can dictate the trajectory of our life. In this life, you'll find that many people, or sometimes some people, might come across your path that might tell you you can't. You can't accomplish a goal. You can't do something. What you're trying to do is not achievable. Sometimes that could be a friend. Sometimes it could be a stranger. Sometimes it could be a coworker. Not to say this always is coming from a place of malicious intent or ill will or ill feelings. Sometimes it's just people don't think something is possible. Or they don't think they can do it, so they don't think you can do it as well. But whatever the case may be, your confidence in you has to be so strong. Your confidence in you has to be so unwavering that no matter what anyone says about you, good or bad, dictates how you view yourself and view what you're capable of accomplishing. And this all begins by developing a personal slogan. Ever since I was young, my parents would perpetually tell me, Austin, you're born to do great things. Austin, you're born to do great things. Austin, you're born to do great things. So much so, this became a part of my mental fabric. And I saw the benefit of this manifest once I got to high school. I had a teacher that doubted my ability to graduate from high school. She didn't think I had the conceptual ability to do so. She basically told me, you can't. Well, I kept telling myself, I'm born to do great things. I'm born to do great things. So much so that personal slogan not only allowed me to graduate from that high school, but it allowed me to also graduate from the 10th oldest college in America, Hampton-Sydney College, complete my pre-MBA from the top universities in the world, Harvard University, and receive my master's in business administration from the #1 MBA program in Florida, Rollins College. Dreams come true. Visions come true. But it all starts with our personal slogan. It all starts with our mindset. Every one of you is on this earth to make some kind of positive impact and contribution to this society. And there's one profound fact I want to share with you as we close, or as I close. And this is a fact I wish I knew when I was younger, so please don't miss this. There's been over 110 billion people on this planet, but no one has your fingerprint. And the amazing thing is, no one ever will. You may have people that look like you, sound like you, talk like you, dress like you. You may have siblings, but no one has your fingerprint. That's living proof that your very existence is uniquely special. It's profoundly significant. There's a purpose and reason behind your life. There's a reason you received another 24 hours. There's a reason you still have oxygen flowing in and out of your nose. There's a reason you're still alive. You're alive because you have a uniqueness, a value, and a gift that no one can contribute to this world but you. So whatever your goals happen to be, whatever your dreams happen to be, I want you to always remember that Simon knows you can, Alexa knows you can, Missy knows you can, and Austin knows you can. Much success and congratulations.
Woo! Oh, Austin, come on, brother. Come on, brother. This is one thing that popped in my mind. I mean, many things, but one thing I have to tell you. I don't know if you guys have ever watched those motivational videos on YouTube, but I could hear Austin's voice in those motivational videos, and I would wake up to that every single day. Okay, so thank you. Thank you so much. That was incredible. I know that we are not in this space of school right now. We're at the end of school, but can I just give y'all a little bit of homework, just one piece of homework? When you get off of here, can you please write your slogan? Can you just sit with that for a little bit, pray about it, meditate on it, just have some quiet time and think about what is my slogan? Because Austin, you're so right. If you know the truth about you, nobody can tell you anything different.
Right.
So know your slogan, write it down, anchor it in your heart, take a screenshot, put it on your phone if you need to as your wallpaper, but know your slogan and nobody will be able to tell you anything different. Oh, Austin, I have goosebumps. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So as we continue to move the program forward, we have another spoken word artist coming to us, Angie. Angie works, or her writing work, speaks to the intimate topics of heritage, gender, and romance. They attend Stanford University as a second-year graduate, and Angie believes in art's ability to create agency, empathy, and healing. Angie, please feel free to take yourself off of mute, and thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you. I just want to first just thank you all for your time. I just want to say that this pandemic interrupted my first year of college, which is a roller coaster in itself. And I had to travel from California to Miami, which is a double roller coaster. And at first it was hard to find any value in being home, but the longer I spend here, the more I fall in love with things I didn't know I would be missing. So I find a lot of hope, a lot of magic in nature, in seasons, and in community. We have a great neighborhood here. And that's really what I wanted to write an homage to, specifically how I found these things in mango season here in Miami. And with this poem, I hope I can encourage all of you to find the magic in your everyday and just fall in love with it and just run with it. So yeah, this one's called All the Things They Can't Take Away. When the trees hunch, troubled with fruit dangling between their branches, the whole tree will shudder, growing limp as the leaves lose their grip and the mangoes come crashing into the dirt. I go for a walk. I am nestled between the trees, all of them claiming stake to a different street, each a green heap of sky interrupted by the blossom of sunset. I gather their fallen goods. They are bursting from my palms. I whisper away their dirt. I cradle their blushing skin. I walk home, my pockets sticky with syrup. I peel the mangoes in my sink. I thank the leaves, the tree, and all its burdened branches. I hear the pitter-patter of evening rain. I cut the flesh into crosshatches. I serve the bowl of sunset to my grandmother. I cradle her love in my palms. Tomorrow, a neighbor will call and summon my family to her yard. She will place a bag of mangoes in our trunk. They will be fleshy and sweet, ripe and already clean. Lucky are we to be thought of, to be cared for. We will eat them after dinner. We will call her when we do. She will be so happy to hear our voice. There has never been a summer without fruit.
Thank you so much, Angie. Oh, I don't think that you were on the first part where we said, what are you grateful for? So would I guess that you are grateful for fruit? Absolutely. And taking a moment just to soak that up and our surrounding. Thank you for reminding us to pause and do that. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So before we move into our last speaker of the event, I just want to remind you that after Missy, we do have another spoken word artist. So hang around to the end. You know, we also have the afterglow, which is where we just hang out and just chop it up together. But right now we have Missy, who is coming to the stage. Missy is an author, speaker, and leadership coach, and also one of the top 3 finalists on the hit show Survivor. You guys watch Survivor? I know, that's where I'm checking out. I'm like, I can't do not one of those things. But Missy offers an empowering message for you to be your best cheerleader, no matter the circumstances. So Missy Payne, thank you so much for joining us. Please feel free to take yourself off of mute.
Thanks for having me. Survive and thrive. I imagine this rings true for some of your lives right now because you've probably been trying to do both simultaneously. I spent 40 days in the jungle, yes, in Nicaragua. Survivor's normally a 39-day game, but of course, for my season, the production decided to add 1 extra brutal night. Our season was a family season, so there were pairs of sisters, brothers, spouses, and so my daughter and I were the mother-daughter duo. And the other twist that they added on our season was they sent my daughter and I out into the jungle on that horribly added day 0 to survive together. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen our season, neither of us knew how to make a fire or shelter, which is actually taught in Survivor 101 class, and you're supposed to pay attention. Similar to this quarantine, there were real challenges besides that one on Survivor. So physical challenges, mental challenges, emotional challenges. The physical challenges are somewhat obvious to the viewer, but we had no bathrooms. We had no shelter. We got to eat this much white rice per day until you ran out. And the bugs. I got bug bites in places that I didn't even know you could get bug bites. It was disgusting. And I didn't brush my teeth for 40 days. And I like my teeth. So that was kind of freaky. And then the mental challenges, you're around like the meanest people you've ever been around in your entire life. Everyone's so paranoid. At one point I said, we should change the show title to Everybody's a Liar. Camera crews are following you around 24/7. So what would you do if a camera crew was following you around? Like, would you do something different in your life? I always ask that. People go, probably yes. And then the emotional challenges, it was called Blood versus Water. And I was on the show with my daughter, like I said. So I wasn't really ready for that. But man, when people are picking on your kid, your mama bear comes out and voting people off. That's the premise of the game. And I'm sure that, some of you guys have probably had mixed emotions during this quarantine about family, and blood versus water might really be what's happening in your homes right now, and voting people off. Is there anybody that you might want to vote off during this quarantine? I know that I've wanted to, but the bottom line is that you get to choose how an experience affects your life. You can either choose to let it affect you positively or not. And long before Survivor, I was surviving. I beat the odds time and time again. But I want to show you how you can spin a survive to a thrive. And speaking directly to our youth, you are in a transformable season of your life. You have so many roads that lie ahead, and there's going to be so many adults who offer wisdom, but ultimately you're going to choose who you become. And like I said, how you choose to allow an experience to affect your life, it's up to you. I brought home 3 specific survival skills besides food, water, shelter, that I've been able to apply them to all of my areas of my life. And I think that these are skills essential for both the surviving piece and the thriving piece. And number 1 is to be humble. Number 2 is have no shame. And number 3 is don't quit. So let's talk about these quickly. So be humble. I don't mean like take a back seat or let someone else have the spotlight. I mean, ask for help. Level the playing field in your mind and ask people for help, because a lot of times we think, oh my gosh, that person's got it better than me, or higher or lower. But I'm telling you, that's not the case. I've been a single mom most of my adult life, and without asking for help, my daughters would have been lost or starved. For real, there were nights I was working so late at my cheerleading gym, I had to ask people to help me, like feed them, do their homework. And so you're going to have to choose what that looks like for you, but ask for help. Number 2, have no shame. Don't have any shame about where you come from, your family, your abilities, you fill in the blank. Shame is produced by fear, which we've already heard today a couple of times. And fear stinks. It's like a handcuff. And the longer you hide, the bigger the shackle. Each day we get a do-over. So no matter what choices you've made or will make, learn from them and just do better the next day. Learn from your family experiences and do it different. Just make the choice. The slogan piece is beautiful that he mentioned, because yeah, if you have that, that's fantastic. And the third thing is don't quit. Mainly, I mean, don't give up on yourself. You have to really take an inventory, I think, of your woundings from your past and your experiences. And you have to choose whether or not, you want to do that again. And then you need to set yourself a standard, a roadmap. How many times have I been driving without a map and been lost? And then you need to affirm yourself. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, because like I said earlier, the world is a mean place. And if you do not cheer for your own life, people are not going to do that. We're also hooked on social media, and it's really easy to give up when you see someone else who has it so much better than you do. But there's a million ways you can compare your life to someone else's, and it's a total waste of time. Here's my realization. If you strip away everybody's elements, the car they drive, the phone they have, the computers, color of their skin, socioeconomic background, family, everybody wants the same thing, and that is to be known and truly loved, to be valued as a human and to be cared about. So don't quit. And lastly, in order to use these survival skills of be humble, have no shame, and don't quit, you have to ask yourself who you are. And I think the answer to this question remains the same no matter how old you are. Who are you? What are your core values? What do you represent? Stand out, stand up, and stand for something. You know, for me, it's I inspire, I motivate, I model joy, even in the tough times. So I'm going to leave you with something that is an exercise and a challenge, because I'm always a challenge person from Survivor. And I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to write thrive down the side. And then I want you to pick words that describe you, that you think describe you. And so I did this exercise. You guys can do it too at home, but this is a great exercise, because then what you do is you say, I am talented. I am happy. I am radiant, inspiring, vowed, and energy. And put this on your mirror. Part 2 of the challenge, just really quickly and lastly, is ask other people to do it for you. I did this last night and I sent in a family group text, okay, give me the words that you think about me. And so I think it's tough, because sometimes other people's perspective is not easy to hear. But like I said, you choose to react and respond to every situation. And this challenge has huge potential to help you grow and prepare for this next year of school. Be humble, have no shame, never quit, and know who you are. Your future rests on how you react, and see your life struggles as the norm, because actually they're going to promote character growth.
Oh, Missy, thank you so much. I like how you called it a challenge and not homework. I appreciate that. I have my challenge written down. That is so good. And I hope you guys didn't miss that. You know, what you just said at the end, I tell my son all the time, your struggle makes you stronger. It does. If everything was easy, then we would not be getting stronger. So thank you for that. Oh my goodness. So good. So good. So
thanks for having me.
I do have one question about Survivor.
Okay.
Who held it together better, you or your daughter?
Oh, are you kidding? As a matter of fact, she said that she was going to vote me off in the beginning when we were being interviewed. And I said, okay, excuse me, just remember, if you win the million, I win the million. If I win the million, you win the million. And she said, it's okay. I would still vote you off for my game. I beat her. Yes, I did. She got 5th. I made the top 3. So.
Hey, that is awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that wisdom. I appreciate it. I love what you said. And the big thing about not asking for help, right, is not thinking that asking for help is a sign of weakness, because it's not. I think that's something we have to change in our mind. And I love how you said, don't give up on yourself. That is so true, because I mean, I guess I've learned through my trials that I'm stronger than I think. I'm stronger than I give myself credit for. And that's the same for all of us. We think we can't get through it. You will surprise yourself. So thank you so much for those great reminders, Missy.
You could go play Survivor. You could do it.
Nope. See, somebody asked me to do around the world. I was like, I'm not doing it. No bathrooms, no brushing my teeth. Can't do it. I'm just trying to survive in this quarantine, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we have one more spoken word artist for you. What a joy it has been to hear everybody speak. Right now, we have Brennis Bostick, an upcoming senior at Miami Northland Senior High School, where he is a member of the Viking Freedom Writers, which is a poetry club. He's won several awards for his writing, and he devotes the majority of his time to better himself and his community. Brennis, I turn it over to you, sir.
Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you, Mr. Simon, for this wonderful opportunity. It's been a wonderful experience throughout the whole process of writing the poem. Quarantine it has its ups and downs, but yes, we still remain strong and hopeful. The title of my poem is called I Find Hope. I find hope in the darkest of places. It's that light at the end of every tunnel that guides me to my peace. It is a powerful tool, giving me the energy to continue fighting even when I'm at my weakest point. Hope reassures me that I will succeed. Hope is like love and faith. It is strong, pulling me closer to my dreams, opening my eyes to a world of wonder and glory. It's that sweet taste of joy and happiness, feeding my heart, quenching the very thirst of my soul, giving me the strength to smile through all of my pain and sorrow. Me, a teenage boy who had to take on the responsibility of being man of the house. My father, who now sits in a prison cell like a caged bird who longs to fly free. A man who could be troubled by fear and misery, still has faith and believes that he'll be home soon, telling me that how proud he is of me, giving me the sense of structure to move forward with my life throughout anything. Hope. The idea of waking up day after day and letting someone know that you love them. Encouraging them in a time such as this, telling them that they have meaning and a purpose. Reminding them that they are nothing less than kings and queens. Hope is that mentality that constantly travels through my mind, speaking to me saying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You see, this is the positivity that has kept me on the path of faith and understanding. So I say to you, be strong and have no fear. Let hope find you. Thank you.
Brennis, thank you so much. I hope you're on gallery view seeing all this love. Oh,
Wow.
Thank you. So good. So good. Wait, Simon, before you interject, because I hear you, I feel you coming on. You guys see that? You see how he's just ready to like jump right in? Hold on. Maybe I have one more thing to say. I want to say a special hello to Miss Madison and Mr. Daniel, Simon's children who are on here. So I'm going to ask you guys to take yourself off of mute really quick and say hello. I know I totally put you on the spot.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
It's Madison and Daniel. How are you guys doing?
We want to give a huge congratulations. Madison graduated high school this past weekend.
Congratulations,
Madison.
Thank you so much, guys. I got a graduation, which was nice. It was good. We followed all the protocols, had to stay like 6 feet apart and stuff, but it was a really good ceremony. And I'm really going to miss my class. But yeah, I'm just so glad we had a graduation.
Oh, that's so good. Well, we are thankful that you guys came on and spent a little bit of time with us as well. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Of course, we
It's a
enjoyed
pleasure.
it. Yeah, we enjoyed it a lot, to be honest. We learned a lot.
Yes. Okay, Simon, now you can have the mic.
Those are my babies. Well, listen, we are so honored that all of you joined us. Karen, I'm curious, what were some key takeaways?
I took notes.
No? You took notes?
Yes, I took notes. Are you kidding me? I have
share
never been
notes.
on a Spark Hope. It's hard, guys. As an MC, I'm like, okay, I know I have to be ready, but I need to write this down for myself. It's so good.
Yes.
I have to say that every spoken word artist definitely dropped a joy bomb in my spirit. So I just want to thank Nigel, Angie. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Brennis, just reminding us of what hope is. Thank you so very much. And I love that the speakers continue to just speak their truth, how they came to this awareness. I definitely love, Alexa, come on. Everything that she was giving us to remind us, like that one thing can change your mind, can change your life, can change the direction that you have already started down. And then Austin, come on. I need you to talk to my 9-year-old. He's a good kid, but I would love for him to be ingrained with a dime slogan that you just gave, please. That would be wonderful. And then certainly Misty. I think that those 3 really powerful takeaways, especially, I don't know why, but asking for help really resonated with me, because I think for some reason we have been trained to think that we can't ask for help. But I learned very quickly that the only way I was able to move forward in my life was the help and community and love and compassion and knowledge of others. And so I know you gave 3 takeaways, but I will say that first one of asking for help really resonated deeply with me. So thank you.
Wow.
How about you, Simon?
You know, I was listening to Alexa and I was just like, wow, given a 1% chance and to still have the mindset to say, you know what, you can push through this, and to hear Austin in school and a teacher say, no, you're not going to graduate from high school, and to push that aside. And I don't know if Austin was channeling his inner President Barack Obama. I was just having like President Obama moment. I was like, attention. It was good. It was really good. And then Missy, I think Missy really proved the 3 ideas she shared. But so you can go without brushing your teeth for 40 days. That was just like insightful for me, because I do know I need to stay in my lane. I will not be going on the Survivor show. So hats off to Miss. Wow. Absolutely awesome. Great day. Great day.
Yes, it was so good. Guys, we would love to hear, what were some of your takeaways? Tell us in the chat. See, because here's the thing, Spark Hope Now is not just about these 45 minutes that we've spent together. We are on a mission to spark hope in the world. And honestly, I'm grateful that Simon thought to bring me in on this journey. He has these like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. ideas that wake him up, and then he'll just like call the team randomly and throw it out there. So this started in April. And here we are coming into June and having 3 different events. Guys, it is not stopping here. It is continuing to create a ripple effect of good, and you are a participant in that. So I just want to thank you so very much. But again, I encourage you, don't leave it here. Don't let it just sit in these 45 minutes that we stayed together. It's going to come through in the way that you show up in life, what you embody through these messages that really resonated with your soul. But I also encourage you, I'm not going to give you homework. I'm going to give you a challenge. Thank you, Missy. I'm going to give you a challenge that I want you all to think about. Yes, I ask you to share it right here in the chat. What you just shared in the chat, I want you to spread that light on your platform, whatever your favorite platform is. Drop it there and use hashtag SparkHopeNow. That doesn't mean that it's going to lead them back to what we're doing. It's actually going to spark something in their mind. And it's going to make them feel something in their heart. And then you are dropping that joy bomb, and you never know what they're going through today where they need to see that message and they need to be uplifted. Yeah. So don't let the hope and all of the good vibes that we have going on right now here, stay here. Take that and let it make a ripple effect of good in the world today.
Hey, Karen, do you want to share with them a little sneak peek, or just tell them a little snippet of the new project that we're working on?
Yes. Which again comes from a 3 a.m. wake up call from the Oh Brilliant One, Simon. So we have been thinking, okay, spending time together with these amazing people has really been good. I mean, we've asked you all to come together, but it has filled us up. It really has made an impact on our lives. And so we want to continue to cultivate this energy and this growth and really just make it more tangible, right? It's great to hear inspiring words, but how do you apply even some of these principles that were talked about today? How do you apply that to your life? So we got together, 2 heads are better than 1. We dove into some details and we decided that we are creating a program called Spark Growth Now. So Spark Growth is a 6-week experience where Simon and I are actually your coaches. We have 6 different modules that we're going to dive into, some just really life lessons that help to give you a holistic approach to life. But then we also meet on a weekly basis. So you get the learning, but then you also get the coaching and the accountability that goes along with it. And for all of our youngsters in the house, I just have to throw this out there. I found that I achieved more growth alongside people who could help me to be accountable to my actions, to help me to check that inner critic that will hold us back and distract us from our greatness. And when I leaned into those relationships, I flourished. And so we just want to create that space for you as well. We want to give you 6 weeks where we're pouring into you in various capacities to help you thrive and flourish. So Spark Growth Now, you can actually find that. It'll be up on the Spark Hope Now website, and we will also have a website coming soon. It's in the works right now. So stay in touch. And if you are looking forward to or looking for an opportunity to grow, this might be a good program for you.
So it is at the hour. We like to end on time. So for those of you who have to go, thank you for giving us 45 minutes of your time. For those who want to stay over for the afterglow, because the afterglow is always jamming and cool, we're going to stay online. So have a good day to those of you who have to go. Thanks again to all of the speakers and spoken word artists. Best ever. And we are going to do Spark Hope Now Father's Day. So stay tuned. All right. Everybody have a great day. And we're going to hang out here for a little bit.
All right. Be blessed, guys. I have to open up the chat to see what everybody's takeaways were. 'Cause I know they were
Yeah, it was so
I had
good.
so many notes.
So good. Let's see.
Oh, April
here.
says to keep having these summits. Yes, April, we will. We will.
Yeah. All the speakers, so impressive.
I think my
Congratulations to
first
the
challenge
class.
that I'm going to do is the slogan. Does anybody already have a slogan? I would love for you to share that if you do. And the Thrive Missy is going to be in the same sit down. If you have a slogan already for your life, take yourself off of mute. I would love to hear that. We would love to hear that. Who has a slogan? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Because otherwise,
Don't
we're
be
gonna have to go
scared.
I have
Come
one.
on.
I'm not
Oh.
sure what's going on with my background, but the old adage from my dad was, when at first you don't succeed, try again. That was mine. So it rings true in the back. It resonates with me all the time. So that's one that pushes me. It kind of parallels with I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that's one that I have.
Nice.
Yes, I love it. Thank you for sharing.
I'm not sure what's going on with my screen today.
It's okay. Hey, April.
Hey, I kind of try to live by treat others the way I want to be treated.
Wow.
And that's how I do my nursing, and that's how I try to just live my life, and it served me well.
Wow.
It's a good reminder. It's a good reminder that we're all connected through the human spirit. And if you don't want to be treated that way, you should not be putting that energy in somebody else's life. So good. Brennis, I am curious. Do you have a slogan?
Well, it's a slogan that I created myself. It's simply seek knowledge, live truth. And it's something I live by every day. So that's what keeps me going.
That is so deep and philosophical. That's good, Brennis. I wish I was that deep at 17. I mean, listen.
Thank you.
I was in the bottom half of the class that made the top half of the class possible. So, I mean, that was good. That was
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
I wish I was that in tune in my 20s. What do you mean when you were 17? I was still trying to get there in my 20s. I was finding myself. What's going on? That's wonderful. Angie, what about you? Is there anything that you have been through that has created this slogan in your life that's anchored in your heart?
Yeah, I tagged it. I put it in the chat, but I think I'll say it out loud as well. Yeah, so I think one of the things I've struggled with is like being a perfectionist. So I've kind of had to let go of that. And so my slogan is no need to be the best, only good and kind.
That is
Wow,
so
that's good. Yeah, very boom. Like that.
And Angie, can I just say that I feel your pain because I call myself a recovering perfectionist.
It's every day you have to it's like an active thing you have to do every day.
Absolutely. So good. Thank you. Who else has a slogan, a mantra that they're living by?
I know Maureen has got to have. Maureen, you knew I was coming your way.
I was about to say, Maureen, you know he's going to call you out.
And so since that happened, I've been trying to think of a slogan that would be like as great as Angie's.
Nice.
Let me think. So I'd probably have to say just like find your flow and keep moving.
Nice.
Because a lot of people ask me how I got to where I am as far as like my industry. I'm a massage therapist. And so when I started with Lifetime, it was really hard for me to find my flow. Because I had 9 years of experience and I thought people would follow me, but it was like 20 minutes out of their way, right? For a lot of people. And, but it would benefit them more to see me there than where I was prior, right?
Wow.
Because they'd be able to use the facilities too. So it'd be like a 2-for-1 special, pretty much, with what they were paying for it. But then I found my flow, and I don't know how I did it. I just like started going to classes there. I started like meeting more people there, and like I just found my flow. And then my boss said that I was like the highlight of the Christmas party for corporate. And I'm like, what are you talking about? First of all, I wasn't even invited. So she's like, no, everybody was talking about like how they're so glad that I hired you and this, that, and the other. And so she's, ever since then, she's been telling all of the other therapists and hairstylists and everybody that works in the life spa portion of Lifetime, just ask Maureen what she's doing.
Wow.
Find her. So it's just, I'm like, you just got to find your own flow.
Like what Austin said, just be authentically you. Nobody can be you.
Because like I would tell them what I was doing and how I was doing it and everything, and they're like, oh, well, I've tried that before and it didn't work. I'm like, yeah, but were you at Lifetime before?
Wow. Nice.
So
Nice.
like it's all about what part of the industry you're in and where you want to go.
That's good, Maureen. Thank you for that. Maureen, make sure you tell your mother that we said hello and we asked about her.
She was so excited that you were doing this, and she's going to be so disappointed that her grandson isn't on here.
You will get the replay so you can share that.
You'll get the replay for
I
sure.
will, definitely.
Althea and Judy in California. What did you think of today?
Oh my God,
Fantastic.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh my God, they were unbelievably awesome. Awesome. I was trying to rush to save my comments from the chat to my notes page so I could have them to post later. Amazing.
Great.
Amazing. All of the speakers, all of the spoken word artists. Austin Franklin, keep doing what you're doing. You are amazing.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So good.
Althea was one of our speakers for our Mother's Day special. So thank you for coming to bring your presence and your joy to the youth. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. My joy to support. Thank you so much.
Simon, what's your slogan?
You know what? We care, we share. That's what Spark Hope Now is all about. We care, we share. And I mean, can you believe we just did this 30 days ago or so, and here we are, third one, and it's just, it keeps building. And I think that's it. We care, we share. So I think the ability to give back to a nonprofit and to meet people from all over the world and have people connect to here, Karen, on this platform. And we always have amazing speakers. And to have the spoken word artists, which is a first for us, it's just unique, right? And so I'm sitting scratching my head. Oh Lord, what are we gonna do with Father's Day?
It's gonna be great. Judy, tell us, what's your slogan, Judy?
My slogan is to thine own self be true. People know you from the outside, from the external, but hopefully you're the one that's trying to know you from the inside. And so I say to thine own self be true. I'd rather slap my own face and kick my own butt and hit my own head so I can grow.
Yes, I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Is there an Evans sighting? Evans, how are you?
I'm good, Simon. I'm good.
Tell everybody where you are, Evans. Tell them where you are right now, what time it is.
It's 4:50 p.m. GMT, and I'm in Ghana, West Africa. I mean, the best continent on this earth.
Africa, that's awesome.
Yeah. Enjoying the sun and everything.
Hey, Evans, tell everybody just in a minute or two what you do there to impact youth there in Ghana, West Africa.
Sure. So my team and I run a youth development initiative called Elevate Network that empowers thousands of young students annually. So we train them in the field of art and design, entrepreneurship, and STEM. And we have our amazing program dubbed The Power of You that combines education and entertainment together. So this year, the theme for The Power of You was Shift of Brilliance. And we use the Shift of Brilliance model Trust me, it is an amazing moment that when you are part of the Power of You or the Elevate Network community, it's propel you to become the person that you want to be. And it's amazing. During this lockdown, quarantine time, students are always on our network asking for more. What is next? They can't wait to get back to what they thought normal, but we are telling them that we are not going to normal again, but we are going to the extreme, what we've been waiting for. So that is
awesome.
what we do.
That's awesome. You know what we should do? And I know Karen is going to hold me accountable, and Melissa are going to hold me accountable because they're a little nervous about what I'm about to say. But Evans, it would be great if we do Spark Hope Now Africa and have Austin and Missy and Alexa and some of the spoken word artists to kind of just share, you know, and to connect with the African continent, right? And we can do it over the Zoom platform and really inspire all of those young people on their journey to being their most brilliant self. So that's something that we could do. And then what we can do is figure a way to make Elevate Network the nonprofit that we support, so you can continue your work there in Ghana. He had an event this past year, it was on Instagram. He had 3,000 teenagers. Is that right, Evans? 3,000 teenagers. 3,000 plus teenagers. They are hungry in Africa for this knowledge and information. And I just think they would love to hear Austin and Missy and Alexa and our spoken word artists who are in their age group as well to share. So we need to look at that maybe in the summer. We'll get through Father's Day and look at the summer. We'll plan it out and do Spark Hope Now Africa. That just popped in my head, Karen and Melissa.
I just want to point out, and I hope you all take this for, hold on to this. When you feel something in your spirit, do not hesitate. Move on it. And that is what Simon does so obediently. And it ends up blessing people in ways that you're never going to understand the impact. It's not meant for you to know. It's meant for you to be obedient in the moment that you feel like you should move, you should do, you should say. Simon, yes. Evans, get ready, because we're about to start planning tonight.
And Simon, can I tell you something? Like, this is off the grid. I've been praying about Spark Hope Now, and it's going to shock you. I've been praying about it because the first edition that we had, I was part of it, and it was amazing before even the Mother's Day edition. So when I saw the Spark Now, the Youth Summit, I was like, this is it. So you are creating content that suits every ecosystem, that suits every age group, so that no one will be left out. And I was praying last night. You know, I posted it on my Instagram handle, the Spark Hope Now. And I was praying about it. I saw a movement, right? A movement of young people together. And they were sharing their stories. And it was amazing. It was similar like We Day. So I was like, I'm going to tell someone that what he has started is not a Zoom platform. It's a movement.
Awesome. And you know what we should do? We should probably do a couple of days, because we want to hear some African voices as well. And we want to hear from, so we need to really start planning that. And yes, it is a movement. And because this, and Karen and Melissa will tell you, this is not about me. This is about we. This is about us. This is about how do we lift the planet up during this time. And I believe young people, they are not the future. They are the right now. They are the right now. And how do we equip them to be the best version of themselves and survive and thrive? And I know we can do it, but it's something I've been thinking about, and it's just so serendipitous that you would be on today, because I said we need to do Spark Hope Now Africa, and I think that could just be powerful, you know. Yeah, yeah.
Well, we are at the top of the hour at 1 o'clock, so we want to honor your time. Told you the afterglow is where it's at every single time. Am I right?
Yep.
Every single time. So good, so good.
So
Evans,
good.
we are going to be in contact, that's for sure. But to everybody,
Sure.
again, to all of our speakers, our spoken word artists, thank you so very much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, of our heart. I know Simon, Melissa, Jennifer, everybody who has helped to put this together. We love you all very, very, very much. There ain't a darn thing you can do about it. And we hope that you all have an amazing and blessed week.
All right. Blessings, everyone.
Bye,
Love you. Take care. Alrighty.